Ladies and gentlemen, Eagles Nation, can you feel that chill in the December air? It's not just the wind whipping through South Philly. It's the kind of tension that reminds us of those nail-biting finishes back in 2017, when the Birds clawed their way to Super Bowl glory against all odds. But right now, in this 2025 season, with the playoffs looming like a storm over the link, one question's got every green-blooded fan on edge. Is Nick Sirianni's latest move the spark to reignite this offense, or the first crack in a late-season meltdown? Good evening, I'm your host for All Things Eagles, coming to you live from the heart of Philly, where the cheesesteaks are hot and the passion runs hotter. Tonight, we're diving deep into the swirling drama around head coach Nick Sirianni and his hands-on approach to fixing what's gone wrong on the offensive side of the ball. If you've been screaming at your TV during these last few losses, you're not alone. Sirianni's feeling it too, and he's stepping up in ways that could change the game's trajectory faster than Jalen Hurts scrambling for a first down. Let's break it down, starting with the headlines. According to our insiders at ESPN, Sirianni's not just delegating anymore. After handing the play-calling reins to offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo earlier this season, a move that was supposed to juice up the creativity, the headman himself is diving back into the offensive huddle. We're talking more vocal meetings, longer chalk talks from the coach himself, and a real push to get this unit firing on all cylinders ahead of Monday night's clash with the Los Angeles Chargers. Sources say Sirianni's been up there at the front of the room, breaking down film alongside Patullo, addressing the squad for extended stretches before handing it off. It's like he's channeling that old-school Philly grit, the kind Reggie White brought to the defensive line back in the 90s, refusing to let the team slip into irrelevance. Now, why the urgency? Folks, the numbers don't lie, and they ain't pretty. The Eagles have dropped their last 2 games, and the offense? It's sputtering like a '76 Cadillac on fumes. Over the past 4 outings, Philly's averaging a measly 15.5 points per game. That's colder than a Birds playoff loss in Green Bay back in the day. The passing game's got that limited feel, like we're watching a highlight reel from the Andy Reid era but without the magic. Saquon Barkley, our thunderous running back who we snagged in free agency to pair with Hurts' dual-threat wizardry, has been stuffed at the line more often than not. And Jalen, the man who carried us to that epic Super Bowl run with his legs and arm? His rushing game's vanished, buried under a pile of stalled drives and penalties. Remember when Hurts torched the Giants for 300-plus total yards in that rivalry thriller last year? This ain't that. The explosiveness from 2024, when we led the NFC in points. Poof, gone, replaced by conservative calls that have fans chanting, "Fire Patullo," from the tailgates outside the link. But here's the silver lining in this green and black cloud. The Cowboys, our eternal NFC East nemesis, just got humbled by the Detroit Lions. Dallas is licking their wounds, and that keeps the door cracked for Philly to snag a division crown. Yet, as Sirianni knows all too well, you don't win Super Bowls, or even home field advantage, by hoping for handouts. You've got to own your business, and Monday against the Chargers? That's prime time under the lights, with Justin Herbert slinging it like he's got a chip on his shoulder the size of a Liberty Bell, and their running back Amarian Hampton back in the mix after sitting out with that nagging ankle tweak. The Bolts defense is no joke either, top 10 in red zone stops. If the Eagles can't get Barkley bouncing off tackles or Hurts hitting A.J. Brown on those deep posts, we're talking about a must-win slipping right through our fingers. Let's zoom in for some tactical breakdown, because I know you diehards want the X's and O's. Patullo's scheme this year leaned heavy on quick slants and bubble screens to neutralize those pesky blitzes, but it's backfired against teams loading the box. Sirianni's involvement? It screams course correction. Maybe more pre-snap motion to open up lanes for Devonta Smith, that speedy slot receiver who's been our safety valve since his Alabama days, or designed runs that get Hurts back to his Heisman form. Think about it. Last season, Philly ranked 3rd in yards after catch league-wide, thanks to Brown and Smith's chemistry. No. We're 22nd. Sirianni's not just talking. He's scheming, drawing from his defensive roots to flip the script. As one fictional beat writer I chatted with put it, okay, let's call him Eagle Eye Eddie from the local rag. Nick's like a chef who's tasted his own dish and realized it's missing that Philly spice. More RPOs, more play action fakes off Barkley's power runs. If he pulls it off, this offense could hum like the "Fly Eagles Fly" chant echoing through the stands. And speaking of the faithful, let's sprinkle in some voices from the trenches. Imagine this, post-practice huddle, Jalen Hurts, sweat still dripping, grabs the mic in my imaginary sideline interview. Coach Sirianni's fire? It's contagious, man. We've been in the lab, tweaking the wrinkles. Saquon's got that vision. Once we free him up, defense's gonna pay. Or how about Sirriani himself, that Indiana farm boy turned Philly tough guy, flashing that trademark grin? Look, we're not where we want to be, but this room, it's hungry. Philly fans deserve explosive ball, and we're building it brick by brick, like the wall that held in Super Bowl 52. And don't get me started on the fan quotes pouring in from X. One South Philly diehard tweeted, "If Nick calls one play like Donovan McNabb's flea flicker against the Cards, I'm buying season tickets for life." It's that raw energy, the kind that turned Brian Dawkins into Weapon X and turned boos into Super Bowl parades. Historically, this feels eerily familiar, doesn't it? Flashback to 2017, Chip Kelly's experiment fizzled, Peterson took over mid-chaos, and boom, vindication. Or 2004, when McNabb's knee buckled, but the Birds marched to the Super Bowl anyway. Statistically, late-season swoons aren't new for Philly. We've bounced back from 3 two-game skids since 2018 to make the playoffs. But with a 9-4 record right now, clinging to that number 2 seed, every point matters. Compare it to the Cowboys slide. They've coughed up 20-plus in 3 straight, mirroring our own funk. The difference? Dallas has Dak Prescott's arm to bail him out. We've got Hurts' grit, but we need the scheme to match. Expert take from my old pal, former Eagles OC Frank Reich. Hypothetically, of course, Philly's got the horses. Sirianni's meddling? Smart. Turn it into a collaborative jam session, not a solo. By week 18, this could be the highest scoring unit in the East again. Looking ahead, the implications are huge. Win out, and we're hosting divisional rounders at the Link, where the crowd's roar can shake the foundations. Remember that Giants playoff upset in '88? Lose to the Chargers, though, and suddenly the Giants or Commanders sniff blood in the wild card hunt. My prediction: Sirianni's tweaks pay off Monday. Hurts throws for 280, Barkley rumbles for 120, and we steal a 24-20 thriller. That momentum carries us through the bye, straight into January glory. But it all starts with trust, in the coach, in the playmakers, in that unbreakable Philly spirit. Eagles fans, as the snow starts to dust those Broad Street banners, don't hit the panic button just yet. Strap in, crank up some Meek Mill for good measure, because this is Philadelphia football, where collapses turn into comebacks, and underdogs wear midnight green. Tune in Monday night, scream your lungs out from the couch or the parking lot, and let's remind the league why they call us the city of brotherly shove. This is your Eagles report. Fly high, stay green, and we'll catch you after the win. Go Birds!